right, we're getting straight into this. What's up, people? Today we're going to be talking about My Adventures with Superman, but today I have a special guest. Introduce yourself to the people at home, Darren.
Hi, my name is Darren. I used to have a YouTube channel called Damn Darren, but then I stopped.
Why'd you stop, Darren? Why'd you stop?
I failed.
You failed.
I failed.
Define failure.
Well, you kind of upload and then like nothing really happens with it, and then you do it again and then nothing happens with it, and then you do it again and again and again. And then you're just stagnant, no growth, and you just stop. You just stop trying.
See, lesson learned. Don't be like Darren. You know what? When I made this channel, I decided I was going to upload video every single day until hopefully never. I offered Darren, I extended the offer. I said, Darren, you should join me. Come back to YouTube. Bring it back. So I want everyone in the comments to give this man some support and make sure he gets back on the grind. Because I would love to see him come back. Bring Darren back. Hashtag bring Darren back. But anyway, we're here to talk about Superman. None of that bullshit. So people already kind of know my opinion on the show, at least as far as last week's episode. But people don't know about your opinion on the show so far. So how do you feel about this Superman show? What's your vibe?
The Superman show, it's great. It's fun. It shows another side of Superman that we don't usually see, or at least the mainstream audience doesn't usually see. In the comics, you can see Superman in different versions all the time. So this is like not a really out of the norm for people who do look at the comics. Superman is kind of nerdy, geeky. I kind of like it. Lois Lane, yeah, she looks different. She doesn't look like her typical self, but I feel like it works in this scenario, in this setting, this art style. I don't mind it. Sometimes she doesn't look as feminine as I would like her to look, but as we saw, his previous video, one of his previous videos, like Lois Lane with the Giat, it's apparent that she is a woman.
That is very apparent. Now you're the much bigger DC fan than I am. I'm a Marvel kid. So for those of you who also love DC, here's a fellow DC fan that actually fucks with the show. Because apparently a lot of people think DC fans don't fuck with the show. But hey, you got one right here. So we're gonna talk about this new episode. This is probably the first time I've had issues with a couple of the previous episodes, but this is the first time where I would say this episode underwhelmed me. I thought,
wow, really? Last episode I was underwhelmed. This episode you're underwhelmed?
Last episode there were parts that I was underwhelmed, but there were other parts that made up for it. This one in particular kind of solidifies a problem with the show that I was suspecting would be the case, and it's that this show has a villain problem. Every time there's a villain on screen, they never feel threatening. They never feel well. Actually, it's 50-50.
That's kind of like the thing, like in the video games, like people said, like, oh, if you can't make a Superman video game because he's just OP. There's no threats to him. If there's no kryptonite involved, like, how does he get hurt? But as we saw in this episode, he got battle scarred a little bit. He was feeling something. So they nerfed him a bit.
Yeah, I was about to flip flop because so there's the jobbers. There's like two tiers of villains. There's the jobbers. Those guys, I'd rather them just not even be in the show. Like when you have like a villain, a bad guy, someone who is actively like robbing a store, and immediately they're crying, "Mama, help me!" Like, I get it, it's a kids show, but I like it when bad guys are bad. Like just stay convicted. You could bitch out at the end, but like, "Mommy, help me!" Nah, I like that was too much. Now, granted, I was thinking about how the episode ended. I was like, actually, I won't go that far. There is like the fight scene at the end was actually pretty dope. I like the fight scene at the end, and I do think that was a good example of a good bad guy. But these jobber characters, I would just rather them not even be in the show. They don't really add anything to it. But the main reason why I was underwhelmed is this episode it has a whole subplot that I think is kind of ass. I want to like Jimmy, but everything they are giving him is terrible. Like, actually terrible. I don't know how you felt about that part, but
I didn't mind it. It wasn't something that stuck with my mind. Like, as I watched the episode, it kind of just like, it was just something that was on screen. I feel like it was just adding on to the runtime, but I could have done without it.
Yeah, because he seems to be like, I mean, he's literally a third part of the show. So the only reason I take it a bit more harshly, it'd be different if it was like a different show and he's like a side character that's getting like a little side plot and then he's like gone for a few episodes. But it's like the show clearly wants you to think of them as a trio. So you would expect him to get just as much stuff to do that actually matters as Clark and Lois, and I feel like they aren't giving him anything. Like there's really nothing interesting. It's kind of I don't know. It comes across kind of lazy. Like
And then in an episode, he's like, "Yeah, why aren't they hanging out with me?" I mean, I don't know, man. The writers just didn't want you to be cool, man. They didn't put you with them. You could have been
that's
there.
certainly what it feels like. Yeah, honestly, this episode is fine, but it has some stuff I don't like. This is probably the first episode where I'm like, it's okay, I guess. I hope it gets better. I don't really even know what we're supposed to speculate with the Intergang stuff and this guy, this general guy that appears to have some sort of past with Clark. I don't know what any of that's about, but I'm kind of curious to see where that goes.
Yeah, he was teleporting a lot. It was kind of cool. I liked it.
Oh, you think he was physically there? I thought he was like a hologram.
No, yeah, he was a hologram, but like the tech he was using, I thought was interesting in that way.
I want to ask you the crazy question, Darren. Okay, I want to see what your take is on this because this is the big heated debate with this show. Do you think this show is woke garbage?
Woke garb? No, just because they added Jimmy and made him black or changed Lois's race, made her Korean. I don't think this is woke garbage for doing that. It's just including characters, including races that aren't usually represented in a media that didn't represent those races back in the day. I don't think it's a problem. It doesn't make the show bad or anything like that.
My thoughts exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's really all I have to say on the matter. Is there anything you need to say or want to say about the episode or anything in general?
No, not really. Like I want to see where it goes. I think the buffing and nerfing of Clark is something they need to balance though. Like him using eye lasers like at that one moment when he could have used it the whole time, or him getting hit by things that he's clearly like way faster than. It's just something they have to do to make it, to create tension and stuff. But I wish, I don't know, he fought someone more on his level. Maybe they'll introduce someone, in the future. Did this enhanced like skeleton guy that he was fighting with like twin blades, like lightsabers or whatever? He seems to be kind of adept, but I don't know his origins or what he is all about. But more to come.
I agree. I think this show is like, if this season ends fairly good, hopefully it gets enough traction that they get a season 2. I think there's a lot of improvements that could be made that would turn this into from a good to decent show to a great show. So I'm rooting for that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say on this. I need you all in the comments to give this man Darren some praise.
No,
if you enjoyed
no.
no. If you enjoyed anything he said and you thought, hey man, Darren, you're pretty good at this YouTube thing. You voiced your opinion very well. I think you should make videos. I think you should. So if you think you should, go ahead and comment. That's all I got for y'all today. If y'all want to see next week me do the same thing but with Darren or maybe with someone else, I can do that. I thought, what better way to spruce up these Superman reviews than bringing someone else in, because there's only so much I can do by myself. So thank you all for watching, and yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow.